Well, welcome back to the dahlia patch. It is my passion, so we will always see a lot of dahlia patch at this time of year. I am back off to look after Mum, whose leg is out of plaster, but still, you can't abandon a woman in need. But I also have a wedding coming up in in September, and my lovely bride. This is a wedding that's been put off since before COVID. And originally, the wedding was going to be zingy orange ballerina tulips, and also lovely Queen of the Night and black hero tulips with a bit of zingy green and so on in between. And so, obviously, we're now dahlia days, but we can still do that amazing colour mix. So I'm up here so I can make a little film. So hello, my lovely bride, and hello, my lovely bride's mum. This is very opportunistic stuff here. I'm going to make a film and I'm going to show, this is particularly for my lovely bride, who's being married in a few weeks, because there won't be an opportunity for her to come and see actually what's in the garden. But this is where YouTube really comes in handy, because I can actually show what's going on. So this is real wedding stuff. Rock my wedding, eat your heart out. We're doing a vlog for a real wedding, making a real plan. So come with me while I show my lovely bride what we might use for her wedding. And I might cut a few and I'll put them together and have a look at the colours. By the way, if you like any of the tips and tricks I give in my clips, please do buy me a coffee. The link to coffee buying is in all the blurbs to all my clips, and do subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon and we'll tell you when we've got more clips coming up. Right, better get on because there's a chicken in the oven and things to do. So originally we were going to have ballerina tulips, but we can do orange, as you know. So this is a combination of lovely, this is Carolina Wagamans here, this gorgeous person here, but this is Apricot Desire, and as is always my wont, I'm always writing labels wrong, so they got mixed up, but they're very, very good together, and I think they make a good zingy orange feel. But wait, there is more. If I move along the row, the orange gets richer. Here is American Dawn, and she has a sort of purple middle, which if you don't look properly seems sort of blue. I mean, she really is dawn, like some kind of Caribbean sunrise, and I think that would be really very good in this mix. And then carrying on, in bad need of a deadhead, but really one of my favourites, I'll turn this one up. You can see I've been cutting hard this week because there's not masses in the field, but this is Alio, and when she's fresh out, she's not orange, but she's got a lot of blush in her, and she's very, very useful. But then moving on, here is the peach pom-pom, which isn't orange, but is a great colour and is doing the job of the orange. So these are the sorts of colours that I'm thinking for this wedding. Wait a minute, because I'm going to get on to the dark colours. We do also have some really lovely zingy little dinky pom-poms. Now these are new pom-poms this year that I've got from Halls of Hedden, and I'm very pleased with them. This is an old one I've got that I can't remember its name off the top of my head, but there's a bit of good orange in there. And all these little pom-poms will be really lovely, and the height, they've got good height in them. So I think we need to, you can really tell I've been cutting hard this week. We need a good deadhead, we need a water, and we need a feed. And then these will all be really singing for their supper in a few weeks' time. So let's now look at the dark colours that will go well with, although as we walk past, let's not forget, this is Café Le Royal. And again, with see the zingy colour in the middle? I think that with the American Dawn. I'm going to make a flat lay so that my lovely client can see the colours that I'm suggesting for her. Right, time for some dark colours. So this is not as dark as the Queen of the Night that we were originally talking about, but it is extremely good. And we've got this lovely patch of pom-poms. So I say, let's include it in the mix. But, oh, wait a minute. We've got to go to the dark department across the way. Now, you're going to have to forgive the not very attractive hosepipe slung through the mix. But here is Blackjack, to whom I say, just say yes. So we've got this amazing colour and absolutely glorious shape. Good dark stem, lovely foliage. I say let's have some Blackjack. And then moving along, this is a new one to me this year, and I think this is called Withy Pits something or other off the top of my head, and I'm rather enjoying it. It's got lots of movement in it. So I think that would be really, and it's got a lovely fine stem, good and tall. Look, time for deadheading. Big time for deadheading. And then moving on, we have Chat Noir. Oh yes, we do have Chat Noir. And if I get her in the shadow, she is really staggeringly good. They're darker than they look in the film. Alison and Alex, these are looking very red in the film, but in real life they are much, much moodier. So please don't be put off. But the Chat Noir, I think, would be really, really fantastic in this mix. So I'm going to make a flat lay now, and we'll see how they all go together. So here's this lovely mix as a flat lay, and I've added another couple. So here is David Howard, for example, and who else have I added? I know there's somebody else. Oh yes, this, interestingly, this is Purple Pearl reverted, for those of you who know about these things. And this is another dinner plate dahlia, but this is when it's just coming out, and she's orange with a white tip. And she's only beginning to flower, so she'll be in full flower by the time it's this time for this wedding. And what's interesting is the pom-poms, these ones, will hold incredibly well out of water. So I'm thinking we make a garland to go hang above the table, and the garland will be largely dry, but if we use lots of pom-poms in the mix, they will hold their shape really, really well, but add masses of colour. And then we can use all of this dry material in here. For example, this is bluer than it looks. We've got some of this eryngium, and I've begun pulling the covers off this gorgeous honesty. There's a lot to do, and we've got some of this lovely statisse, which makes a really good background for a garland. Dries are dry, and drying. Here is some Bell's Violet, and this glorious colour of this A-triplex rubra, which is drying nicely. And also, I'm going to turn it off and go to where I want to be. The funkadelic of the amazing hanging ends of this amaranthus. I've got plenty of amaranth in the garden, which I'm bringing in to dry. And then for froth, we have the limonium. So there's quite a lot of useful material which we can make a garland with. And then for colour, for really zingy bright colour, which will dry into the garland, and they don't mind being out of water at all, these pom-pom dahlias. Anyway, that's some ideas for you. More for the garland. these amazing hydrangeas, which will be quite frothy in the mix, I think. So there are your colour ideas for this lovely wedding. Look, there's a florist for scale for the American dawn. But I think these colours will be really, really good, and they will look great in the high autumn colour. Look at that. That's just a beauty. And this won't wilt if it's in the garland, and nor will this little number. And then we've got masses of foliage and berries and apples and all sorts to go into the garland and be used in the other material. So I hope this helps. I hope the general public watching are inspired to have a go making garlands. When I make the garland, I will definitely film it. But I think the colour, there's plenty of colour, and these pom-poms will last really, really well out of water. They'll just slowly dry, and they won't be dry until well after the event. So if I cut them on, for example, Wednesday, and deliver it all on the Thursday and the wedding's on the Friday, all will be well. I think that's very beautiful. I did a wedding using these very dahlias last weekend and it was 38 degrees, and I cut them. The wedding was on Saturday. They were all cut on the Tuesday and the Wednesday, and they held up perfectly. And there we are. Anyway, I hope everybody's inspired. I hope my bride and her mum like the look of these gorgeous orange and dark colour dahlias. And thank you very much for watching. If you do like what you see here, please do subscribe to the channel, press the bell icon, and we'll tell you when we've got more clips coming up. And if you like the tips and tricks I give you as I go along, you can always buy me a coffee or just support the channel. Buy me a coffee. I love the coffees. They reassure me that what I'm saying is not guff and that people like the material. Anyway, if I'd kept the stem on this, I could have pinned it to my shirt. Oh, somebody wants to know about this shirt. This shirt is by Sarah O'Keefe. She has an online shop, Sarah O'Keefe Shop. And she doesn't keep any stock. When you order something, she rings up a lady who keeps the material in her sewing room, and whatever you order is made to order for you, which I think is very 5-star. Anyway, have a lovely evening, everybody. It's time for wine here. I don't have to actually get in the car to go up to Mum's until Sunday morning, and it's Friday night. Chin chin.